Arsenal in their blue change colours to get this Emirates FA Cup third-round tie underway. Home favourites to take their place in the fourth round. Similar sort of... They were away to Preston North End, and they were a goal behind in the 7th minute before second-half goals from Aaron Ramsey and Olivier Giroud, who both missed out injured today, saw them through to the next round and, of course, on their way to another Wembley triumph.
Yeah, the competition that they've certainly loved over the last 5 years in particular, and whichever team Arsene Wenger picks, inevitably they get the results, and they certainly do at this stage of the competition.
Mertesacker, who's winning 3 FA Cup wins for Arsenal, scoring in the 2015 final. She goes in, challenging Arsenal to get the throw. And well back. Didn't quite manage to keep in the awkward return from Mathieu Debuchy.
Well, as Gary Brazil said, I think he knows his team are going to, at times, have to drop back, make it very difficult for Arsenal to play through them, expecting them to have lots of possession. But also I do think they have to try to make the game scrappy, be intense in the way that they close down and try to break up Arsenal's rhythm.
Touch for Jordan Smith, the 23-year-old in Forest goal. And a 20-year-old Joe Worrell, who's a really highly rated central defensive prospect. He's been linked with Premier League Burnley, amongst others. David Vaughan has a Premier League past. And Brereton. Neatly done between Holding and Ospina. Niles. Really growing into the role on the left-hand side at the back for Arsenal in the absence of Nacho Monreal.
Looks so comfortable and assured in possession of the ball, does Maitland-Niles, for one so young.
Spanish, really slightly closed down by Zach Clough there. You are unfamiliar with Forest, I can assure you he is no relation, even though he carries that great surname. Signed from Bolton at the end of last January. It's a problem for Traore. Michael Mancian has to stretch. Walcott is happy for it to go behind for an Arsenal corner.
Yep, you cannot afford to make mistakes, and Traore was just sloppy there, poor touch. And Walcott nearly capitalised on that error.
Here comes big pair. The big pair of Mertesacker and Holding.
Yeah, and with Welbeck as well, they certainly will have an aerial threat, Arsenal.
Walcott to take the corner. Debuchy's up as well. Nuisance of himself with his movement. Debuchy went for it, beaten by Lehigh. Ball heads further clear. Elneny. Mertesacker. Willock. After the challenge of Vaughan. Lehigh, mix of Aston Villa and Leeds United. Joe Worrell. And the flag has gone up. As Ben Brereton got himself into a very useful position, but Sean Massey-Ellis, I think, has made the right call.
Well, it all started with Osborne winning the ball back. You can see it's a really close call. It's only that Holding a step forward as Brereton's running forward that there's that gap that's appeared. It was a really, really tight decision.
Traore. Elneny. Holding. Niles, with exchange with Reece Nelson.
There's great tracking from Cash, because Maitland-Niles, as soon as he played that forward, the ball forward, he took off. Cash tracked him really well.
Traore played 33 times for Arsenal in a 6-year spell on the Gunners' books. Last couple of seasons he spent out on loan to Portsmouth and Juventus. Not too many Serie A games for the Italian Giants. His last few years before joining Forest a year and a half ago have been at Queen's Park Rangers, but he's been bedeviled by a knee injury that caused him to miss a whole season, and he's never really got back to his best since. Here he is in the ball again. He's just kept in, and Brereton is onto that, ahead of Mertesacker, and he did well to get the shot on target. It was all he could do, no support.
Well, he had to take on the opportunity. The angle was tight. It's a good effort, but really leaving Mertesacker for dead for pace, because it was a sloppy pass back, split the two centre-halves. Brereton was quick to get on it.
Lively Ben Brereton, 2 goals in his last half a dozen games. Scored against Bolton and at Preston in the Championship. Lovely touch that from Welbeck. Here's Walcott. Walcott scuffed the ball across, and Jordan Smith is able to gather and prevent the ball from reaching Nelson.
Yeah, but that's what Arsenal can do, the way that they turn possession into attack so quickly. Neat into passing, brilliant back heel there from the advancing Walcott. Missed kick, poorly struck across the face of the goal. He completely miskicks it, you see, nearly rolls out to the arriving Willock on the far side.
Lehigh. Warren. Niles, another bit of trick stuff from Welbeck to find Nelson. Welbeck to Nelson once more. As he wove his effort. Mancienne could be the shield here, although it was not needed. That was always rolling to Jordan Smith and the Forest goal. Michael Mancienne, 29, in fact he's 30 tomorrow. The former Chelsea prospect who left the Blues for a spell in Germany, played with Hamburg for 3 years. Did make the England squad once, didn't he?
Yes, he's had the progress and he enjoyed that, I think, the experience in the Bundesliga.
Right, he was in the England squad. Won in Berlin in a friendly a few years ago. He was on the bench, didn't get on. Actually an FA Cup winner with Chelsea back in 2009. He was on the bench for their cup final against Everton. Spina up and away. Spina, who was excellent in last season's FA Cup final.
Yeah, it was his competition, wasn't it?
Slipped from Mancienne. Styled it out though, didn't he?
He used it to good effect.
Lehigh. Vaughan. And then he is there to half get it away. It's worked by Zach Clough on the left for Forest.
Well, that's what he does well, Guy. If he can get the ball to his feet, Clough is a natural player running with the ball, committing defenders. And on his favoured right side, off the left touchline, can be really effective.
Vaughan, has to be quick. Holden. Composed start by Arsenal, and quite a comfortable one for Forest too. Very disciplined start from the Championship team.
Yeah, I think they're just really sounding one another out. Forest not taking too many chances going forward. Arsenal, as you can see, quite comfortable and happy in possession of the ball.
Traore. Brereton. Matty Cash is on a break from midfield. Eric Lehigh. Osborne. Vaughan. Vaughan looks for Brereton, picked him out nicely. There's Cash. Lehigh. Osborne. No way through, and Arsenal forcing Forest back. Brereton again. Ben Osborne. Lehigh's making a break down the right, and there was an Arsenal touch on that. That will be a Forest corner.
Yeah, good spell from Forest, just asking a few questions of Arsenal's rearguard. Harry Brazil, I think, will be delighted with the way his team started. Brereton the target, and they're starting to find him, getting ball into his feet, which is going to be vitally important.
And Dowell with the Forest corner. Clear the first man. Dowell again. Happy to take on Maitland-Niles. Under 20 World Cup winning colleagues with England. Across comes David Vaughan, who's already put in more than his fair share of tackling.
Yeah, that's what he does so well. He senses the danger, comes across, leaves that central position with a sliding tackle on Nelson. Really good central midfield play.
34 now is the Welsh international. Favourite of Chris Coleman, Real Sociedad in Spain. Premier League for Sunderland.
I think important to have an old head with that experience, with the number of young players that Gary Brazil has and has put around him.
Played the Premier League for Blackpool as well, didn't he? Which seems a long time ago now. Joe Willock. Nowhere to go except across to Per Mertesacker. Just the 15 years difference between those two. Holding. Niles. There's Vaughan. Brereton. Osborne to Lehigh. Brereton again, was hemmed in. Willock is able to create a bit of space for Arsenal, finding Mathieu Debuchy. Just checked his run. Looking for Welbeck. Welbeck got his head to it, so did Joe Worrell, got in his way. I think it's just gone behind off Welbeck. It's going to be a goal kick.
But the way they switched the play, Debuchy using the open ground on the right side. In the end, it comes off of Welbeck's left shoulder. It's not the best of efforts from Welbeck, but good coverage again from Worrell, making sure he's in close attentions to Welbeck in that central position.
Brazil and Gareth Holmes in conversation on the touchline for Forest, of course. Arsene Wenger down on the touchline for Arsenal today. He'll be sitting up in the stands at Stamford Bridge in the week too, and next weekend in the Premier League at Bournemouth. Arsenal having the advantage in terms of early efforts on goal. Forest fans have been taunting Arsenal supporters. We look at Steve Bold, who's I guess in de facto charge down by the pitch side today.
Neil Banfield alongside him, the reserve team coach who's moved up with the first team group to assist Steve Bold today while Mr. Wenger is in the stand.
Just going to tell you about the chants. Forest fans were singing Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. And a nice response from the Arsenal supporters saying Champions of Europe, you weren't even born. It's a long time ago.
Absolutely.
1979 and 1980. And runners up in 81. The golden years for Nottingham Forest under Brian Clough. Golden years of English football for me, even large.
Well, it was just quite an extraordinary story, the way that he took Nottingham Forest Football Club to the heights that they achieved.
Izzy Wobie. Osborne further. Brereton will run at Mertesacker. Mertesacker's got himself out of a tricky situation very coolly.
He did, because he was in the right position, but the ball was just under hit. Should that have been over hit, Guy? Certainly Brereton looked to be more capable of getting to it than Mertesacker. It seems that there's a ploy there to play in behind Mertesacker at every opportunity from Forest.
Nelson. Walcott, the ball's behind him. Right Right idea, wrong execution. Debussy keeps it alive though. Walcott went in on it. Willock couldn't fully hold off the challenges of Matty Cash. Holding does well against Brereton. Nelson. Iwobi. Good challenge again from Vaughan.
He's been fantastic. He's made 3 or 4 really good challenges, whether they be tackles or interceptions. But Forest nearly caught for the first time just by switching off, because they thought that ball was going to run out when it went behind Walcott. Debussy was the only one that stayed alive.
It would have been a free kick for Arsenal. John Moss was ready to whistle, but I think they've got possession and can continue building under their own steam. John Moss was the referee in 2015 for the Cup final when Arsenal beat Villa 4-0 at Wembley. Walcott. Can't get past Armand Traore.
That's good defending. He's made sure he's got his body there. He's not going to let Walcott use his pace in behind him. You see the way he steps across, protects the ball, and uses his physical strength.
Former teammates. Traore joined Arsenal just a year before Walcott. In fact, not even a full year before. Many of you watching this thinking Barry Brazil has a look at Brian Little about him.
I might have to explain who Brian Little is though.
Former Aston Villa and Leicester manager.
Yep, there's a real similarity. I think the home side have settled well, Guy. First opening exchanges, they've met full on, as that tackle was.
Did really well to help that one out to Clough. Brereton through the middle. Cash just sitting back deep. It is Cash! It wasn't far away. Did Ospina get a touch on that?
Well, Ospina's at full stretch. Again, there's the strength of Clough coming in one-on-one with Mertesacker. He's finding it difficult. He gets a good block in the end, but pops out to Cash. Oh, nearly running at the back post as well, the cross shot. Did Ospina get anything on it? I think he might have just got fingertips.
It is a Forest corner. Thought the chance had gone away as it spun away from Matty Cash, but he did really well to stretch and get that sort of power on that. Forest corner. Worrell went for it. Welbeck played his part in getting it away. Traore. Clough against Welbeck. That's not a bad ball. Ospina's come for it. Forest's confidence is growing.
Well, the whole thing, the whole pressure has started from that Traore tackle down on the touchline.
Here's Cash. Bought himself a bit of room away from El Neni to force another corner. Now the noise level rises around the City ground.
Yeah, the home team are building up a head of steam. Sometimes it can be just a really fair, strong tackle that can give you the impetus and give you an opportunity.
And you can see there's a heavy red-shirted presence in the box, and it is good work from Osborne, continued by Dow up to a point. Free kick or corner.
I think John Moss tried to play the advantage, but then he has pulled it back to give the free kick. Really clever corner from Nottingham Forest.
Worried-looking Arsenal fans. The team are under pressure. Kieran Dowell with the Forest free kick. Another option is Zach Clough if it's going to be right-footed, but I think it'll be about Dowell. Dowell has tried to catch him out, and he has done! Who got the last touch? It's Eric Lehigh who's celebrating.
Well, he's claiming it, Eric Lehigh, but what a wicked free kick he's just struck now from that right side. The referee's done well to take it back after trying to give Forest the advantage to award the free kick, rightly so. But what an execution from Dow. The way he whips it in, is he offside? Maybe. Maitland-Niles in the walls playing him on.
What a run it is from Eric Lehigh.
Yeah, he attacks the space, he gets in front of the goalkeeper, and he gets the all-important final touch in front of the Arsenal goalkeeper. Knocks Forest in front from his header.
The American international's second goal of the season. And 20 minutes in at the City Ground, the Forest fans are bouncing because it is Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0.
And Guy, I'll go back to that tackle. The Traore tackle on the touchline set the whole thing in motion. They attacked, they got the corner, the first corner, they kept the pressure on, and in the end win the free kick and subsequently the opening goal. Good spell for the home side.
It was fired in with purpose by Dowell. He knew what he was trying to do, and Lehigh knew what was about to happen. He ran in without any Arsenal player going with him, right in front of Ospina, right under his nose, to head it in, virtually right on the line.
And again, it is that Arsenal defensive ploy of marking zonal, so as soon as Lehigh takes off, there's no one tracking his run. He gets in front of Ospina, and he gets Forest in front.
I think as having a word with Boro Primorac, Jens Lehmann seems to be chief note-taker. He wouldn't have enjoyed being beaten like that. Same stories in the third round a year ago. Arsenal away to championship opposition, and they're a goal down in the first half.
And at this stage, 20 minutes in, they can have no complaints, because Forest, for me, have deserved the position they've got themselves into.
Forest fans are singing 1-0 to the famous team. Two pretty famous names going head-to-head here. Niles, nice exchange with Nelson. Nelson does well to keep it, and then got caught in a Forest sandwich. Arsenal free kick.
Yeah, Cameron Vaughan was the one who just caught him as he flicked that ball through his legs. Chance. There's Vaughan's challenge coming here, just went through his legs, and then it's Cash behind who catches him to concede the free kick. Can Arsenal respond?
Walcott going to go for a similar tactic of driving it in hard and fast. Jordan Smith building his defences.
They're holding their line, and Welbeck started in an offside position.
Now he pops back in line. Good delivery off the post. Mertesacker scores. Arsenal level. They weren't behind for long, and it is the big German who has drawn them level. Something about the FA Cup that Per Mertesacker likes. That's his fourth goal in the competition.
And he takes it really well. You can see that Welbeck comes back from that position. It's actually Holding's header comes back off the post, but Per Mertesacker reacts really well. The chest down, and then he's on the half turn, but fires it in with the outside of his left boot. Good finish from the big centre half. Well, question marks as to what sort of contact was made by Cash. I think the way he puts it through the legs warrants him winning the free kick.
And here's Nelson. It's Arsenal's turn to try and turn the screw on their opponents. Led by Worrell, but he misses out Ben Brereton. Good cup toy. 3 shots on target and 1 to show for it. Arsenal are 100%. Rob Holding wasn't far away with his header either. Two goals from defenders from set pieces. Mertesacker. This season at Watford in October. It was in a 2-1 defeat for Arsenal. Miles will have to go something. He's going to get there. Lehigh got something on it. It should be a goal picture, but it is.
Yeah, he had to scramble because it was a really clever run from Maitland-Niles. Lehigh getting the all-important touch as he was about to tow that ball past him.
fourth FA Cup meeting of Nottingham Forest and Arsenal. And the previous twice that Arsenal have won, they've gone on to win the Cup. 1979 and 1993. In 1988 in the quarter-finals, won 2-1 at Highbury. Paul Wilkinson and Brian Rice scored for Forest on that day. Great fun this week looking that up on YouTube. There's Nelson, here's Debussy. Iwobi. El Neni. Nicely worked between Maitland-Niles and Welbeck. Put it through the legs of Osborne. The touch meant it wouldn't reach Debussy. Welbeck was then fouled as he tried to play the pass, so it's a free kick for Arsenal.
Yeah, late challenge. I think it was from Vaughan on Welbeck as he played that ball. Caught him after the pass had gone. See it just there, clipping the legs and the ankles of Welbeck.
He was timing the challenge as well earlier on was David Vaughan, but the last couple have been awry. So Jordan Smith beaten before he'd even had to make a save in the game.
Well, they made the last free kick count, did Arsenal? Can they do it from the central position?
Iwobi uses Debussy. Close enough to Walcott with that one. Nelson, Maitland-Niles. Skill from Ainsley Maitland-Niles. That's a better challenge from Vaughan.
Well-timed challenge.
We were all marvelling at the skill. Vaughan just
can't be a left focus doing skills like that, guy.
It's a different era these days. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is not necessarily left back, is he? He's played all over the place for Arsenal during his development with the club.
He's a young man full of confidence, and we've just seen an example of that with that incredible skill.
We were talking about Brian Clough earlier. If you tried it in that youth game that he was your manager, what would he have said to you?
He would have said, "Don't lose the ball, young man." And here it is, look. Keep the ball for your team, he would have said.
Walcott. Iwobi. Used to see bits of skill like that from his uncle JJ Okocha regularly. Good work here from Iwobi. Challenge 2 from Traore. Here's Clough.
And Osborne does well just to stick with Iwobi on that occasion.
Vaughan. NCN to Warren. Lehigh hasn't managed to keep it in.
It's a really good contest, Guy. The Notts Forest side that we said have not been in the best of form, but have come and gone on the front foot right from the start. Asked questions of Arsenal, got themselves in front, be bitterly disappointed that they conceded the free kick and then didn't defend it well enough to give Arsenal the chance to respond really quickly.
It is what you want from an FA Cup tie at this stage of the competition. 14th in the Championship, at home to 6th in the Premier League. And although I think you can tell which team has just that little bit of extra quality, it's not glaringly obvious.
No, that's right. It's a FA Cup tie that is certainly delicately balanced to this point.
Won by Nelson. Willock. Looking for Welbeck. What a good ball it was. Welbeck misjudged it slightly. Iwobi. A bit of skill from Iwobi. Maitland-Niles, we've already seen some from him. Traore defends the cross. Zach Clough with a rather panicky clearance. Nelson. Iwobi. Didn't get the curl, it went straight off the boot and a long way wide.
Yeah, goes for precision, does Iwobi, with an instep finish. In the end, he just spoons it high to the right-hand side, but Traore does well because the Debuchy's arriving just behind him. They keep it alive, Arsenal. It's nicely set for Iwobi, but the attempt is very, very poor.
Clough didn't do well with his clearance, getting back into the penalty area to try and help out his colleagues. It's been a talking point this season. I'm thinking of Manchester United with Lukaku on a few occasions, getting in the way when he goes back to help out.
Yeah,
I don't recall you ever doing that.
We don't defend well forwards. The best answer to that is don't go back, guy. Stay up the field.
You never needed much encouragement to do that.
Absolutely. It was of no use in that penalty box.
Nelson manages to escape the clutches of Vaughan. He's put up by Cash, and here is Brereton. He's got to do it by himself. He takes a long way round and forces the save from Ospina. What a good strong hand it was from the Colombian.
Guy, the only thing I would say, Brereton did everything right except for the height that he struck the shot. It was a good height for Ospina to get his right hand to it. Again, exposing the lack of pace in the heart of that Arsenal defence.
Might get another chance here. It's a good challenge, I think, that from Ospina. I think he won the ball, defender style.
He had to win the ball, and it was a good, well-timed challenge. It was a tackle from the goalkeeper.
Awful pass, and Maitland-Niles was waiting for it. Suspicion of offside against Brereton, but the flag did stay down.
Well, that's a wonderful sliding tackle from Ospina, and he had to get it right.
Arsenal just guilty of being a little too casual in their own half. And Ben Brereton looked sharp. That earlier chance, that touch when he got into the penalty area, looked as if he'd taken it away, but I think he knew exactly what he had in mind.
Yeah, and his momentum was taking him into an area that was away from the way or where Mertesacker could recover his position, so he set himself the shooting opportunity. Just struck it at a height that Ospina could get that right arm and hand to it.
Nelson to Iwobi. Iwobi's shot is blocked by Worrell. We're getting another spell where the cup tie is coming alive and exciting us. Arsenal corner.
They're really nicely balanced, these young Arsenal players. You can see very, very confident on the ball, moving with the ball as well.
It's Walcott with it. Away by Mancian at first, turned further clear by Cash. It's Walcott. Well, he came to him again. Vaughan can maybe spark Forest moving forward. Cash. Brereton. Nice recovery challenge from Maitland-Niles. It looked as though he was down and out at one stage. Might just hurt his right ankle too. Nelson. Debuchy. El Neni.
Really impressed with Brereton leading the line. He's taken up some really good positions. When Notts Forest have regained possession of the ball, he's just going into areas between the centre halves, between Holding and Mertesacker. And if Forest can get the ball into his feet, all of a sudden he then has that opportunity to run with the definite advantage of pace against Mertesacker in particular.
He's got a little bit of extra help with Kieran Dowell now too. He's noticeably pushed up. Moving forward for Arsenal is Maitland-Niles. Worrell's header. Here's Iwobi. Iwobi looks for Welbeck. Welbeck won the race. Offside. Smith made the save anyway. So Welbeck went just a split second too early.
Yeah, Smith didn't know about that. He had to be committed. He made a good stop. Just see Welbeck running off the back of Worrell there, and he is offside. Good call from the assistant.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles is still struggling a little bit with that knock to the right ankle he sustained a few moments ago.
This is the chance, and you see Brereton sees Mertesacker coming across. He cuts it back brilliantly to give himself the shooting opportunity. It's just the height of the shot. If that goes along the floor, I don't think Ospina can get down to it. It's a good save from the keeper, but for me, if he slides that along the ground, that's nestling in the back of the net.
Mertesacker, in the twilight of his career these days, he's never been blessed with great pace, but I think he may have lost one of his 3 gears.
Yeah, and Brereton's taken advantage of that. That's why Forest, Gary Brazil's team, have to get the ball into his feet in that final third.
Well, for Welbeck to run onto. Worrell is running across the court to make the challenge.
There's been some really good examples of tackles timed to perfection in this first half.
Both ends of the scale, from 34-year-old David Vaughan and from Joe Worrell, who isn't 21 until next Wednesday.
And the best of them from Ospina, the Arsenal goalkeeper.
That was a heck of a tackle. Willock. Nelson trying to combine with Welbeck. Here's Vaughan. Holding. Elneny. Still thinking back to that bit of forward play from Ben Brereton. And really impressive, that touch, because he backed himself. He knew he'd be able to get onto the ball and get his shot away. It was almost like the way a snooker player thinks 2 or 3 shots ahead.
Yeah, it was the angle, wasn't it? The angle in which he cut the ball into the area, into the space, to give himself that opportunity to strike.
Willock will comfortably beat Vaughan to that. Nelson. Niles. Iwobi. Iwobi finds Debuchy. Nice first touch before running into Mancien's challenge.
Well, Mancien did really well when he saved the blushes of Traoré, who stepped in. Debuchy just really eased his way round Traoré before Mancien's excellent interception.
How about that for confidence on the ball from Osborne? He didn't really help Mancien with the next pass, mind you. Iwobi, he's getting into the game more and more. Slide rule ball into the feet of Walcott. Walcott goes on. And as he squared, Lehigh was in the right place. Very good there, Walcott, for staying on his feet there. He took a bump and a barge. We've seen players fall down in recent weeks for that sort of thing.
Yeah, and the attempt to cut it back was clever as well from Walcott, because he knows the angle's not there to shoot. He's got 3 defenders coming to close him. Lehigh does well to read the back pass from Walcott.
Scott's lost it. Willock knocks it out to Debuchy. And Lehigh very coolly back to Jordan Smith. I'm going to give a big thumbs up to Theo Walcott there, because 2 hands were applied to him just for a split second. Time and again over the last few weeks we've seen players hit the deck.
Yes, players have, let's say, thrown themselves over for less than what Theo Walcott felt there.
And they've been rewarded for it.
Yes, that's right.
Work from Nelson, trying to catch Smith out near post. Not quite. What a good game we're enjoying in the late afternoon Nottinghamshire sunshine.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic cup tie. 2 teams who have both gone for it, both played on the front foot, trying to certainly take the advantage. On us even at the moment. I think a fair reflection of what's happened in this first half. Can go down into the dressing rooms at half-time, can't he?
Yeah, he was able to speak to his team pre-match too. Johnson. I think he'll be full of praise for his young players. And Gary Brazil will be in similar mood about the way his Forest team have performed. He said after drawing 0-0 at Leeds on Monday, which stopped a bit of a rot for Forest, that he couldn't have asked for any more. It was a nice foundation to build on, and they're playing for him again today. Mind you, in a cup tie like this, they're always going to.
They've got to, yes, yeah. It's a game where they've got nothing to lose. The opportunity for a lot of these Forest youngsters, and there are a number, especially across that midfield line, to make a name for themselves.
Here's one for you, Clive. Whoever gets the job, you understand it won't be Gary Brazil full-time. Whoever becomes the next Nottingham Forest manager will be their 20th permanent boss in the near quarter of a century since Brian Clough left. Here's Brereton. Brereton goes for goal, Ospina save, and Mertesacker took no chances, just got the ball away after that.
Well, there's that clear example again of Brereton running in behind Mertesacker. You see the way he just ducks in off his left shoulder, the ball played into the space, and he opens himself up. He tries for the precision into the far corner. Ospina smart down to his left-hand side. Too many managers in too short a space of time for any sort of consistency for Nottingham Forest. That's the only way I can describe it, Guy. And Brian Clough would not believe it.
That would be 20 bosses during Arsene Wenger's time at Arsenal.
Crazy. You wonder why there's turmoil at Nottingham Forest Football Club.
But in Brem Brereton, they might just have a bright future. The 18-year-old is making mincemeat out of a World Cup winner in the Arsenal defence.
He certainly is. He's given Mertesacker a torrid time. He's trying to recover his position there. All he didn't do there, Guy, was get the width and trying to wind it in off of that far upright. Just not wide enough, and Ospina does well dropping to his left side.
There goes Brereton again. The teenager is having a wonderful afternoon so far. And he wins a throw for Forest. Signed in 2015 after being released by Stoke City. They could do with him.
Yeah, he's given a really good account of himself. He's using everything that he has, all his strengths. He's powerful running. Ospina at the moment has a problem with the wrist, I think, or the finger.
Not a dislocated. Oh, it is. And Debussy is trying to snap it back in. Look away now if you're a little bit squeamish.
Not so sure Debussy should be doing that. The medical team need to get there.
I think it's found its slot. Thank you.
I think that was the last save that he had to make from Brereton. Dropping to his left-hand side, maybe just that left finger was displaced.
Matthew Debussy doesn't get too much first-team action for Arsenal now. We know what he does in his spare time. Very useful to have around. He's played in the Europa League this season. Cost £10 million from Newcastle. And he's in his 4th season of Arsenal now.
Didn't have the best of starts though, Guy, did he, with injury? He had a horrible injury right at the beginning of his Arsenal career.
Work from Cash, not a bad ball in, and it's not away yet. Holding's header, Lehigh, he's going for another! Scores 2! And what about that second one?
Gary Brazil scratching his head. That is unbelievable. The skill from Lehigh to chest it and then volley it into the far corner. He heads in from inches for the first, but he volleys in from 18 yards for the second. What a brilliant, brilliant goal. This could be the best goal, certainly, of this weekend's FA Cup ties. Just watch this. The pressure's on. Holding heads out, chest, volley, perfection.
What a finish from the fullback. The American Eric Lehigh has lit up this FA Cup third-round tie. Goals from 1 yard, and then from 18 in some style. No chance, Ospina. Nottingham Forest 2, Arsenal 1.
Well, Ospina took a step, he was going to throw himself and he realised he could get nowhere near it. Gary Brazil can't believe it. The Forest crowd are loving it. What a magnificent strike from the fullback.
That is the look of a manager that suggests, where on earth did that come from? I've never seen that before. And look at Forest go again. Here's Kieran Dowell. Willett for Arsenal as we go into the first of 2 minutes additional time at the end of a quite excellent first half.
Yeah, and Forest now have to make sure they don't concede. They conceded too quickly after the opening goal. Get to half-time now with a lead.
USA is the chant from the Forest fans. And Niles! Gordon Smith knew where it was going.
Yeah, Smith had it covered all the way. What a cup tie we got on our hands, Guy. Fantastic.
This young Nottingham Forest team will be evoking some memories for their older supporters. Forest beating Arsenal. It's like it used to be.
And you will not tire of seeing that goal. What quality from Leon. The way that he chests it, but then lets it drop. It's just literally a foot from the ground when he strikes through it with his laces and then gets the dip and the accuracy to perfection.
Arsenal did not lie down before they went again, although that was all good for Benny Welbeck on the touchline. Arsenal showed great character against Chelsea on Wednesday, and Arsene Wenger will be trying to inspire that again as, along with Jens Lehmann, he makes his way down to the away dressing room.
Slightly different team talk than the one he was going to give a minute or so before. But also, guys, sometimes you just have to hold your hand up and say that, well, it was unstoppable. That was a sensational strike against us. We're not out of the FA Cup.
Is it the 1970s or the 1980s all over again? It feels like it at the City Ground because of an American defender. Eric Lehigh has scored twice, and twice given Nottingham Forest the lead in those first 45 minutes. Per Mertesacker did level for Arsenal, but they have it all to do again in the second half. It is a tale of two defenders, and maybe an even bigger tale developing. At half-time, it's Nottingham Forest 2, Arsenal 1. It is Nottingham Forest who get the game going again. I don't think I'd be quite so bold to suggest they've got 1 foot in the fourth round yet. There's a big half of football to come.
No, Guy, don't do that. This is the FA Cup third round. This is the holders who are behind. And I think Arsene Wenger's team talk might have been a short one, and that was, you need to change up 1 or 2 gears. A few of you young men have got an opportunity to impress. We need to up our game.
There's the confirmation of the lineups just on your screens now. Arsenal have not lost in the third round since 1995-96. They have never lost at the first hurdle in the FA Cup during Arsene Wenger's time at the club. It's on at the moment. And again, it was at Preston a year ago, and they hit back with a goal very early on in the second half through Aaron Ramsey, missing today injured. That'll be a similar story for them. To Iwobi. Reach Willett. It's Mancian who gets it away. Forest must keep the same approach that they showed in the first 45 minutes. It's only natural that they will perhaps get a little more cautious in the way they go about their business. Cautious about this from Reece Nelson, the talented teenager, goes on. I think he just ran out of room.
Yeah, just overrun it in the end, but I think you're absolutely right, Guy. The one thing Forest can't afford to do is drop off, sit back in numbers, because Arsenal, they play that game so often. They keep possession, they'll keep probing. I think they have to stay on the front foot, keep that pressure on, higher up the field or as high up the field.
Steve Bold has gone to the edge of the technical area. Just a reminder that Arsene Wenger is upstairs. He's beginning a 3-game touchline ban today. It was a nice touch from Nottingham Forest yesterday on their social media accounts. They offered him an upgrade to a hospitality package from his seat in the stand.
As you can see, he declined. He's just sitting in the director's box.
David with Rob Holding. Nenny. He was guilty of letting Eric Lehigh wander away from him before firing in that second goal. Led by Manson. Walcott's not been involved as much as he would like to have been. That's not just today, that's this season.
Oh, absolutely, and that's in this game in particular is credit to Forest in that they haven't been able to use his pace, Arsenal, by serving him with the ball in the way that he would want.
He's in the box now. The ball isn't. It's not going to get there either. It's Cash. Brereton is running again to the ball in front of the alarmingly sluggish-looking player Mertesacker.
Yeah, the ploy adopted right from the beginning of the game is working for Gary Brazil's team. As soon as Cash got the ball, he just slid it in, down the channel, in behind that Arsenal rear guard, and Brereton gets on it.
Nice composed play by Mancian, not such a good ball. Sold Clough short. Walcott, Welbeck's calling. Iwobi. El Neni, Arsenal fans call for him to shoot. Also back to make the miles. You can hear what Arsenal fans think about that.
Well, lots of groans from the Arsenal supporters. They're disappointed that they haven't got a shooting opportunity.
Arsenal fans are behind the goal that their side is attacking in the second half. Willock. Iwobi. El Neni. Niles finds Reece Nelson. Challenge from Dowell. Lehigh now doing his day job.
He's on a hat-trick, guy. He's got to get forward at some stage in the second half.
Yes, Iwobi. Now Debussy. Decent ball in, but it was actually far too close to Jordan Smith, who watched it all the way into his gloves.
Just haven't got quite the intensity that they had in the first half, Nottingham Forest. Yes, they went in, I think, very, very happy with a 2-1 lead, but they cannot afford to step back because Arsenal will carry on. They'll keep working the ball, short passes, probing. It'll be a big test for Mancian and Worrell at the heart of that defence if they sink back into their own penalty box.
Brereton, this time causing Holding a hard time. It's been a dynamic forward display from Ben Brereton, but at 18 years of age, it's been a really mature centre-forward performance.
That's exactly what Gary Brazil would be wanting from him when he gets in possession of the ball. If he can't get in behind that defence to hold the ball up, link the play, bring the whole team forward to support him.
Murphy has been a regular leading the line for Forest this season, but the former Celtic, Ipswich and Sunderland striker is out with an injury today. Missed the Leeds game on New Year's Day as well. Runs away from Clough. El Neni finds Welbeck. Welbeck bursts past Vaughan. Nelson can't get past Lehigh. Vaughan. Here's Maitland-Niles. And once more. A tentative poke only found a Forest shirt. Dowell. He can't find one.
Yeah, just turned possession over twice there, Forest, when they've regained possession of the ball. They can't afford to give it away cheaply.
Iwobi. Neni. Mertesacker, Walcott. Niles. Debussy. Walcott. Challenged by Clough, it will be an Arsenal throw. Willock. Maitland-Niles. Iwobi. Maitland-Niles. Lehigh's done his job again.
Yeah, he's been brilliant at one end with his 2 goals, but also he's been outstanding defensively at the other for his team.
Nene. Debuchy. Debuchy's ball in, and it's another one that is safely collected by Smith. Osborne. Very good exchange with Dowell. And then looks to send Brereton running once more. Maitland-Niles is back there. Arsenal, you'd expect to have more of the ball, but as we've seen over the last 2 or 3 seasons, it's not having the ball that matters, it's what you do with it.
Yeah, it doesn't guarantee success.
The counter-attack is still alive and thriving. Debuchy. Antoine turns it high but not away. Traore. Hacking away at Debuchy. Lost his ball. He's preparing a change. Tyler Walker is ready to come on. More on him shortly. Iwobi. Nelson. Here's Maitland-Niles. Nobody there for the cross. It's going to go behind. It's going to be a Forest goal kick, and they might just take advantage of this pause in the game to make the change that they want to make.
Well, it's brilliant the way he gets himself the crossing opportunity, Maitland-Niles. He has a look, but there's no one at that back post. Everybody's just drifted towards the near. Traore is the furthest there, but no Arsenal player coming in the back post area.
And it is time for that Forest substitution. Zach Clough is going off. The 22-year-old is being replaced by a 21-year-old, Tyler Walker, son of Des Walker, runner-up in the FA Cup with Nottingham Forest in 1991. And he played a prominent part in that final against Tottenham.
Well, it's been said before, but if he's half the player of his father, he's going to be an outstanding footballer.
Brian Clough was the great man who nurtured Tyler Walker's dad, and a good few others at Nottingham Forest besides. Different to his dad in that he's an attacking player, but he's pacey.
Well, his dad was quick, I can assure you of that.
El Nene. Nelson. Handed away by Worrell. Brereton. Holden comes in. There's a touch back of the Forest teenager, much to the annoyance of the Forest fans. Arsenal have already taken the throw. I was about to say they've got to do everything quickly, and then Mertesacker got the ball.
Yeah, he's not going to go gung-ho forward per Mertesacker. Just going to try and keep it ticking over for Arsenal.
Nelson's been their most lively attacking prospect all game, and down he goes right on the edge of the box. John Moss thought it was a fair challenge. Brereton again, holding off Holding before being fouled by Rob Holding. Free kick Forest.
Clever play from Brereton. Holding's not happy. He thinks that Brereton's won that, conned the referee in terms of the way that he's held the ball up. But that's good forward play, taking the pressure off of his team. Yeah, a little bit of a stumble, not too much contact. Well played, young man.
He'll be in trouble for that, encouraging the dark arts of attacking play.
Yeah, Holding's not happy. I think John Moss is explaining he's all over Brereton. That's why he's given that free kick.
slight foul earlier on, but not at the point when Brereton flung himself to the floor. Joe Worrell will take the Forest free kick. Brereton gets himself in front of Rob Holding again. Let's get out of play of Maitland-Niles.
And that is good play. It's not pretty, Guy, but it's effective, and it really is good work from Brereton. Forest moving the game back into the Arsenal final third.
Well, surely in the last 2.5 years he's developed brilliantly with Nottingham Forest, because that was somebody at Stoke City kicking themselves for not seeing this and releasing him in 2015. He is from Blythe Bridge in the Potteries. Trained at Manchester United as a really young player. He was at the club until he was 14.
But he certainly has used all his strengths so far in this game this evening.
He's led the Forest defence wisely and sagely. Iwobi's been dragged down to the floor by Vaughan there. That will quite rightly be an Arsenal free kick.
Vaughan just pulling Iwobi down, trying to strike for the ball, but can't make contact. You can see the arms going round his shoulder. Tackle from behind. John Moss absolutely right.
No yellow card in the game yet. I would suggest that David Vaughan might be sailing closer to one than most. Words with Michael Mancian, the Forest skipper. I don't think that's to do with Mancian himself. It's about Forest trying to run the clock down, and perhaps about Vaughan's repeated challenges.
Yeah, and he's just saying, I think, to Mancian, that's 4 or 5 occasions that you're trying to just slow the game down. And he's aware of it, is John Moss. He's not having any of it. He's going to add that on.
Walker trying to dig himself out of a frustrating season. Mertesacker's not too happy with the attention he's getting at the back from Eric Lehigh.
Yeah, that's one we've got to watch, Guy. That's that confrontation that's building. Mismatch in size.
In from Walcott, and Smith watched it. Maybe a little gamble in hoping that Welbeck wouldn't get onto it, but he read it well.
Yeah, leaves his line. He has to start from a higher position, picks it up on the 6-yard box. You see the frustration from Danny Welbeck. He wants that just in front of his run.
Traore. Here's Walker. Plenty of room for Tyler Walker, and he's put in a good ball. Brereton got a cross in front, but couldn't manage to turn the ball in.
Brilliant cross, because Tyler Walker has picked exactly the run of Brereton. Look, he has a look there, and then he winds it behind the 2 central defenders, and Brereton just can't get enough of a touch and contact, and it's actually bundled away for a corner. That's a wonderful delivery. And in the end, it actually hits Holding to give Forest the corner.
Ball takes. Here's Osborne. Dowell. It's another good ball into the box. Vaughan with urge to shoot. David Vaughan, who's never scored a home goal for Nottingham Forest. Well, he's been at the club since 2013. He's only scored 2 goals in 107 games.
Let's just say it's not his speciality, Guy, is it?
Just going to say, he's been around such a long time, David Vaughan. His 1 goal in the FA Cup came in 2002. That was for Crewe at Rotherham. 16 years ago, this very month. Iwobi. Behind Walcott, he'll leave it for Debussy. Debussy's crosses behind all in blue. Ball very coolly back to Jordan Smith. And Smith pretty coolly away. Brereton's there again to hold another one up. And Rob Holding's got too close to him again.
Yeah, he's getting frustrated, Holding, and he's run right into the back of Brereton. Great first touch. Drew the challenge from the centre-half. I just wonder how long John Moss is going to allow Holding to keep making challenges like this, clearly that time pushes Brereton to the floor. He's protecting the ball, both arms into his back, pushes him over.
I know you're more in Brereton's camp as a former striker, but does a central defender need to do that?
No, that's inexperience, and that really is, that's bore out of frustration because Brereton's giving him such a hard time.
Dowell. Is that a penalty? It is! Holding's foul, penalty Forest. He stretched out a leg, it was unwise to do so.
He shakes his head, there's holding, but he knows, he had no idea that that touch there was coming in. He tries to turn out with the ball, and he clearly catches Cash.
Forest could get themselves some daylight. Ben Brereton, the 18-year-old, who has been quite terrific in attack for Forest, is going to take responsibility. Brereton scores! His performance deserved a goal. What a big goal that could be. That might be the one that seals Arsenal's fate and sees them knocked out of the third round for the first time since 1996, because it's Nottingham Forest 3, Arsenal 1.
Well, he's led the line fantastically well as the young man, and that just sums up his performance. That is a penalty of absolute confidence and assurance, firing it into the corner. A spinner going the wrong way, he would have had no chance had he had gone the right way. 3-1 up Forest.
Well, that really does sum up his display, and maybe Rob Holding's too. Holding guilty of the error. And Ben Brereton, the youngest player in the Nottingham Forest team, has just shown huge experience. He's taken on the responsibility, and he's got the goal that his performance has warranted.
Absolutely. His effort, his running, and the ability that he showed.
Here come Nottingham Forest again. Here goes Ben Brereton again. Mertesacker has dealt with him this time. Going straight to Dowell though. Walker works hard. Walker went down. Arsenal try and get down the other end quickly with Walcott. Basil, he would have got that and zipped with it.
Well, that comes from a lack of confidence from Theo Walcott. But the FA Cup holders at the moment, Guy, there's questions being asked.
He will be. Arsenal's grip on the cup is loosening. In goes Mancian. Traore puts it out. Arsenal got to show the sort of character that they did late on against Chelsea in their last outing in midweek. 2-1 down and seemingly out of the game. They came up with something at the end. They need to do it twice now, and here's Rob Holding, and it's bounced off Walcott, and it's gone behind.
The difference is personnel, Guy. Massive changes from Arsene Wenger. A lot of inexperience within this group.
As far as Arsenal fans look on, disgruntled, some are managing to smile, but not many. A change was made in the immediate aftermath of the goal. Joe Willock replaced by Edward Nketiah. Nketiah is a striker. He scored 2 goals against Norwich City in the Carabao Cup in October. Willock struggled to make an impression on the game, in fairness. One 18-year-old replaced another. There's another 18-year-old who has shone, Nelson. Debussy. Nelson. Challenged well by Walker. Corner to Arsenal. Of course, the 18-year-old has stood out head and shoulders above everybody else is Ben Brereton, England under-19 international. I think of England winning the under-17 World Cup, the under-20 World Cup. The future does seem bright.
A lot of really talented young players.
And from Walcott. Cash gets it away from Elneny. Still got a quarter of the game to go. An Arsenal game brings it all. An Arsenal goal brings it all alive again. But they've only managed one shot on target and scored with it.
Yeah, that was in the first half. In the second half, for all their possession, they really haven't created any chances whatsoever of note.
This is a Forest side that's gone 5 games without a win, that's only won 1 of its last 7 games in the Championship. It's lost 5 of its last 8. The owners of the club moved into sacking Mark Warburton the game before last, which they lost at home to struggling Sunderland by a 1-0.
Where's the magic of the FA Cup gone, Guy? When we say that, people just think, what are you talking about? This is an example of it. Oh, John Moss has fallen over now. I think he should book himself for a dive.
There's something about the referee falling over which always tickles the soul. Never betted them. Mr. Olcock and Pello the carry at that time way back when Sheffield Wednesday game.
Yeah, but he did shove him. There was a reason for him falling over.
Went down in 10 different instalments. Walcott. Welbeck, nice little flick through, and Ketia! Super save by Smith.
Good move, first chance for Ketia. The substitute introduced just 2 minutes ago. What a save from Smith, throwing himself at the feet of Nketiah.
El Neni. Welbeck. Challenged by Osborne. It's back with Jordan Smith again. We're seeing some more magic of the cup sprinkled on him. Been lots of talk about Forest signing a keeper this month. And their regular number 1, the 23-year-old, is rising to this challenge. We talk about Ali Al-Habsi, ex of Reading, Wigan and Bolton, coming to the City ground. And playing in Saudi Arabia. Jordan Smith has been having regular conversations with Peter Shilton in recent weeks, and it looks as though the advice is being taken on board.
Oh, he was an extraordinary goalkeeper here at Nottingham Forest.
Osborne nearly got it through to Brereton. In goes Vaughan with another well-timed one. Given away by Holding. Poked through to Walker. Tyler Walker, his progress is delayed somewhat, then he gets a hold of Nelson. It's going to be a free kick for Arsenal.
Just showed his inexperience there. Big Tyler Walker, great ball to release him. Just needing to knock it out of his feet and go and shoot. But what a big chance this was. Nketiah gets himself the shooting opportunity. But Smith really smartly out to dive at his feet. You can see he's committed the goalkeeper. Spreads himself, really fine save.
Jordan Smith's been at Forest since he was 7 years old. He's been on loan to the likes of Nuneaton and Ilkeston in the non-leagues. Made his debut in February of last year. Maybe this is the day when he finally convinces Forest that he is their number 1. Arsenal's ball.
Yeah, Brereton actually bundled into Holding on that occasion. But he has terrorised the 2 central defenders of Arsenal as Brereton in behind the back of Mertesacker time and time again, and then just holding the ball up and frustrating Holding.
Walcott. Nketiah. Cleared by Worrell. Mertesacker to Holding. Miles. Worrell will make sure that Welbeck can't get anywhere near the ball. Muted reaction amongst those Arsenal supporters.
Well, chance just for respite for Forest. Push the team up. Smith going to take a little bit of time without aggravating the referee. The think tank's working there, Guy. How do we get ourselves out of this mess?
It's Jens Lehmann who's wide for sound and relaying the messages down to Steve Bold on the bench. Worrell. Brereton, and he gets a touch fortunate there. It hit him in the back. Lehigh. Steers it back to Ospina. Sliced away by the Arsenal keeper. Vaughan's onto that.
Good pressure.
Brereton. Game of his young career so far. Holding. Brereton again. Through to Dowell. Dowell takes on Holding. Dowell is past Holding. He couldn't find Walker.
Oh, brilliant from Dowell. Apart from the final pass, just couldn't pick Walker. Tyler Walker was arriving in the 6-yard box.
Iwobi. And Ketia. Welbeck. Here's El Neni. Welbeck. Couldn't get past Worrell. Kept his eyes on the ball. Stayed balanced and now he streaks forward. Kieran Dowell. Here's the centre-back Worrell. Oxygen needed.
Yeah, but great run to relieve the pressure.
Osborne. Arsenal clinging on here.
They really have played the game well, Nottingham Forest, since taking that 3-1 lead. They've soaked up the pressure, Guy. When they've broke away, they've kept possession of the ball.
One Arsenal hand is off the trophy that they've won in 3 of the last 4 seasons, and the other one is holding on to it by a finger. Kept in. Lehigh. Nelson. They don't have any experience to put on from the bench. No Ozil, no Sanchez, no Lacazette in the matchday squad today. The most experienced replacement that they have is Callum Chambers. He's not going to come on in attack.
No Giroud as well, which would give them another option. There are a lot of big players missing for Arsenal, but that doesn't take anything away from the performance that Nottingham Forest have given so far.
Worrell's header. And Smith claims off the head of Eddie Nketiah. There's some Granit Xhaka today as well. He might have played, but he had a groin injury. Scored the last time Arsenal were here at the start of last season in the English League Cup. Xhaka scored a belter. Arsenal won 4-0. It's a very different story today. It might be the story of the Emirates FA Cup third round.
Well, from this position, it's going to be a remarkable recovery from the cup holders if they can get back at least level with the 2-goal deficit that they have at this moment in time. And I'm going to say it, Guy, it is the FA Cup, and stranger things have happened.
Debussy. Neni. Iwobi. Iwobi's managed to find Walcott. Walcott across. It was just a hit and hope into the middle. Mancian there first.
Yeah, he's just trying to roll that ball into the space, and it's Mancian who recovers his position brilliantly to cut it out at the near post.
Walcott challenged unfairly by Tyler Walker. Chance for Arsenal to hit that penalty area once again.
Everybody up, Chambers. Mertesacker, the goal scorer.
It is on for some finish if Arsenal can reduce the arrears. That's where the runs are starting from. from one set piece. Walcott puts it in. Debuchy stopped to claim handball, referee having none of that. Maitland-Niles. Alexi Iwobi. Iwobi threads one through, and Welbeck's beaten to it, but Smith's lost it, and Danny Welbeck has rolled it in. There is hope again for Arsenal. Welbeck kept his head and his eyes on the ball. It is Forest 3, Arsenal 2.
And Smith didn't. Smith had to claim it. He's committed to come and take the through ball. He gets there. He just lets it slip from his grasp. And Welbeck reacts brilliantly. Got to say, it was a lost cause. But Welbeck saw the opportunity and he's bundled it into the back of the net to give Arsenal, the cup holders, hope. It's an own goal, you know, Guy. It's actually, you watch this, Welbeck's shot is not going in the net until it's touched by the goalkeeper and deflected in. Oh my goodness, that is quite incredible.
And very cruel on Gary Brazil's Nottingham Forest and his goalkeeper Jordan Smith. Forest try and get a two-goal lead again here with Walker. He managed to get it through the legs of Debuchy, but it's straight at Ospina. And John Moss now will stop the play. There's an injury. Is it Brereton who's down? I can't see from here. But a break for us all to take a breath and get ready for the last 10 minutes, plus whatever Mr. Moss is going to add on to the end of it all. Right, it's Matty Cash who's down injured. Wenger isn't happy with something. Actually, I should think there's more than one thing he's not happy about today.
I think he's complaining that the referee stopped the game because Matty Cash is down, Arsenal in possession of the ball and moving back up the field.
It's not a head injury. It's an injury sustained there as Iwobi came in to challenge him.
Yeah, it's a late challenge. He's just really winded him, I think. He's back on his feet. He's going to have to leave the field of play because he's had treatment now. They're going to be a man down for a few seconds at Forest.
Can't make his point quite so forcefully from up there in the stands, of course. Danny Welbeck's calling for all this time to be added on. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure we'll have quite a bit more than the 10 minutes that remain, in theory. Nottingham Forest 3, Arsenal 2. This has to be a contender for tie of the round.
And again, absolutely in the balance.
Maitland-Niles caught napping by Cash. It's Brereton. Holding away. Walcott. Arsenal have now managed 3 efforts on target on the Forest goal.
Danny Welbeck wasn't on target, right?
Good point.
What a 10 minutes we're in for now, Guy. FA Cup at its best.
Well, Nenny. Matthew Debuchy. What reserves of energy, belief, willpower do Nottingham Forest have left? There are a few players who are visibly tiring in red and white. Nelson. In by Maitland-Niles, Welbeck went for it, Walcott didn't go for it, Welbeck claims a push, not given.
There was contact from Mancien as that ball comes in. The in-swinging right-footed cross. No, Welbeck goes over too easy. John Moss absolutely right. Nothing in that.
Could Theo Walcott have attacked this with a little more gusto?
He just didn't anticipate that Welbeck was going to miss it.
Forest fans are chewing their nails right around the City ground. Vaughan, Osborne. Skinner comfortably beat Ben Brereton to that one.
Brereton is running on empty, Guy. He has put so much in.
Walcott waited for it. And he stepped on Traore, and he skipped past Mertesacker too. Traore down, Debussy challenged. Penalty Forest again.
Well, Debussy is going to complain when he played the ball. It's a tackle from behind. Does he get the ball or does he get Traore? John Moss has given Debussy a yellow card for the foul, and more importantly, he has given the penalty.
Traore has barely had the chance to get forward all game, but he intercepted the pass, he skipped past Debussy once, he stepped inside Mertesacker, and then Debussy went in to try and win the ball. He won the ball, but it's the angle of the challenge that John Moss has taken exception to.
Yeah, in his contact, he does catch Traore.
This could seal the tie and the dream for Nottingham Forest all over again. Yellow card for Ospina for saying too much about the decision.
Well, Arsene Wenger's had some complaints about penalty kicks over the last few weeks, Guy. That's just going to add to it all. Now, the tackles from behind. He catches Traore's right boot. You cannot challenge from that angle. And yes, that's a penalty. John Moss has got it absolutely right.
He takes the leg first. Anywhere else on the field, that's a free kick. In the box, it's a penalty. Now, Ben Brereton isn't taking this one. It's Kieran Dowell's turn to step up. Dowell for Forest. 4 for Forest.
Wow, he slips over, Guy. He slips over. He loses his balance. He's not intending to put the ball where it went in the roof of the net. He can't quite believe that he scored.
Now, was it a double hit? John Moss' attentions have been brought over to the touchline. Mohamed El Neni's played a part in that. And it might be the case that Forest have to take it again.
Yeah, because his right foot, standing foot, slips. Now, does he strike it with his left against his right?
It's Ed Smart who's going to give his verdict to the referee. Is he certain? Goal's given. Gary Brazil was wearing a satisfied smile a few moments ago. It was wiped from his face, but now he can smile again. And Kieran Dowell's relieved.
Well, you can see it. You can clearly see it. The right foot slips. He kicks the ball with his left against his right, and that takes it up into the roof of the net. He's trying to wind that ball into the corner. That's a double kick that should have been retaken. More controversy. 2 touches, Mertesacker, you're absolutely right. Jonathan Moss and his assistants have got it wrong, Guy.
They weren't sure. They decided they couldn't be certain enough to rule the goal out. Now, in the next cup tie that we'll witness on Monday, Brighton Crystal Palace, there will be a video assistant referee, and they will look at that, and they will rule that out. These officials don't have that luxury. And now Nottingham Forest once again have the luxury of a 2-goal lead, and Arsenal don't have much time to do anything about it now.
I said 10 minutes ago, this cup tie is not over. I could never in a million years have predicted what's happened. It is quite extraordinary.
Matty Cash is going on. Forest about to hit the jackpot. And it's Barry Mackay to come on. And an Arsenal change as well. Chubarak Pom is on. More striking ability added to what the Gunners have on the field. But it's going to have to be something really special and quick-fire as he replaces Mathieu Debussy for Arsenal to keep their defence of the FA Cup going. First contribution from Akpom is to lose his footing.
Well, they're going to be furious, Arsenal. Mertesacker was absolutely right to point that out to the referee, John Moss. There must have been doubt in their minds because they certainly discussed it over on that touchline. The assistant and John Moss were not sure, and the penalty kick stood. Look at the right boot slide, the left foot strike, clips the right boot there to send it back central and into the roof of the net. It's definitely 2 touches. It's 1 there, 2 there with the right boot, and that makes the ball deflect centrally as Ospina goes away to the right-hand side. 2 touches should have been retaken.
Absolutely right. I wasn't certain at first myself, I must admit. I didn't know that it had touched the right boot. I wasn't 100% certain, but then when you saw it again, the right boot wobbles, it certainly did. Now, Joe Worrell is marching off, and I think he's been given his marching orders. He has. Joe Worrell dismissed for going in as Chuba Akpom beat him to the ball. And it's his 2nd yellow card of the match. Forest down to 10 for the closing stages. There has not been another Emirates FA Cup 3rd round tie with this much incident in it this weekend.
And if John Moss adds on all the time that he's been indicating that he was collecting, there's going to be about 5 or 6 minutes to be added.
All sorts of yellow cards happened during the debate about the penalty that was given eventually after some debate, and Worrell's was one of them, followed up by that foul on Akpom. Mertesacker was booked as well. Arsenal throw. That board will make interesting reading, Clive, when it goes up in 10 seconds' time.
Well, there's certainly a few minutes to be added, that's for sure.
Here's Nelson. And we are moving into 4 minutes of added time.
Which I thought, honestly, Guy, could have been far more.
Brereton. And then he didn't quite manage to keep it in. It has all been happening. Brazil calling for more huge Forest efforts towards the end. The smiling faces of Forest fans obscuring the scowling one of the Arsenal boss.
Well, there are times when he does feel hard done by Arsene Wenger, but I have to say he'll be absolutely furious about that decision.
VAR can't come quickly enough. Lehigh. We thought we'd seen it all with his 2nd goal that made it 2-1 at the break. A lot more has happened since then. Vaughan. Arsenal come again. Smith a long way out of his goal. Walcott won't quite get there. He risked serious injury as he collided with the supporting stanchion too. But I think as he lost the race, so Arsenal lost the cup tie.
Well, the chance there was passed up by Arsenal. Walcott's furious that he wasn't passed in by Akpom.
Just enough on it from Jordan Smith.
Is he outside the box when he handles it? Oh my goodness, there are so many questions to be asked. This has been the most amazing FA Cup tie. And was that a touch that just about gets Forest over the line?
Kieran Dowell is replaced. Well, he got the chance to celebrate scoring the penalty that sealed things twice. It's a penalty that will be talked about for a little while longer yet.
Well, he'll never be able to do it again, a 2-touch penalty. But what a big one it was.
Kieran Dowell, in a roundabout way, scoring the 9th goal that he's bagged since joining Forest on loan for the season from Everton. Off he goes to be replaced by centre-back Matt Mills. He's been out with a back injury. Has a little bit of Premier League experience with Manchester City from over a decade ago. And he's got just over a minute to play his part in making sure that Forest hold what they have and take their place in the draw for the 4th round of the Emirates FA Cup, which will take place at Coventry City.
Don't remind me, Guy. I know what you're going to say.
Coventry City have won the FA Cup a lot more recently than Nottingham Forest have. Sorry, Paul. 1987 and all that. They created their own little bit of history yesterday with a win against Stoke that cost Mark Hughes his job. Seconds before Forest can truly celebrate. Seconds before a bit of history against Arsenal and Arsene Wenger, the man who's won the FA Cup more times than any other manager, the team that's won it more than any other club. They're going out in the 3rd round for the first time in over 20 years. They are going out fighting, but they're going out because Forest have got the ball away. 1996, Sheffield United in a replay. The last team to knock Arsenal out at the first hurdle for the big boys. Nottingham Forest nearly 2 decades out of competition regularly with the big boys in the Premier League. One of the most famous names in European football, and they're famous all over again. Gary Brazil, in his 2nd game in caretaker charge of Nottingham Forest, has masterminded the big story of FA Cup 3rd round weekend. 18 years old Ben Brereton has been truly remarkable. The American Eric Lehigh scored 2 goals in the first half, the second of which was truly remarkable. Although Arsenal hit back twice, 2 penalties cost them in the second half. Brereton scored the first. It's the second one that will be discussed, and it's big now. Per Mertesacker adamant, with justification, that Kieran Dowell kicked the ball twice in putting the ball high into the Arsenal net. Full time at the City Ground after a breathless FA Cup tie. Nottingham Forest 4, Arsenal 2.